Hey everyone, today I'm going to be updating my Mortal Kombat ranking. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen some of them. Starting off at rock bottom, number 5 is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. This movie is a train wreck. The plot makes the first movie look like a masterclass in screenwriting by comparison. The fight choreography is fine, but the cinematography and editing are amateur.
God!
There are a couple bits of CGI that are actually decent, but for the most part, it's just horrendous. Honestly, the less said about this movie, the better. My score is 0.5 out of 5. Number 4 is Mortal Kombat 1995. What does it say that this is one of Paul W.S. Anderson's best movies? That's not rhetorical, I'm actually asking. Unlike its sequel, this movie is at least entertaining enough to make up for most of its flaws.
Welcome!
The writing is a mixed bag. The dialogue is good, and a lot of the humor holds up.
Jax, this is Sonya. Do you copy?
While you're at it, why don't you call my agent?
Do I look like your secretary? Who the hell are we?
Do I look like your travel agent?
Fine.
On the other hand, the plot is pretty thin, and there are some back-to-back scenes that have absolutely no connective tissue whatsoever. The main characters are fleshed out pretty well, but they don't really get much development. Scorpion and Sub-Zero's backstories have been erased, and they've basically been reduced to Shang Tsung's minions. While most of the acting is fine, Christopher Lambert was seriously miscast as Raiden. I like him in Highlander, but he was not the right choice for Raiden. On the other side of the equation, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa, I hope I said that right, is fantastic as Shang Tsung. He's perfectly over the top and clearly having a lot of fun. My score is 3 out of 5. Number 3 is Mortal Kombat 2021. I fucking love this movie. It's not great, but it's entertaining as hell. The writing, acting, action, and kills are all better than the original. I like that they actually tried to do something different with the plot. This time, Shang Tsung has decided to skip the tournament altogether by incapacitating or killing Earth's champions. And honestly, that's totally in character for him. Speaking of which, Ing-Chin Han is great as Shang Tsung. Just as great as Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa, but for different reasons. Both of their performances are appropriate for the movie that they're in. Tagawa gave an over-the-top performance in an over-the-top movie. Ing-Chin Han gave a mostly serious performance in a mostly serious movie. The rest of the acting is solid too. Joe Talzin and Hiroyuki Sanada are both great despite their limited screen time. And the final fight is easily the best fight in any Mortal Kombat movie.
Get over here!
Louis Tan, Jessica McNamee, Tanobu Asano, Ludi Lin, and Max Wong are also very good. And this is where I would like to take a moment to talk about Cole Young. Don't worry, I won't take too long. For one, it's not okay to hate him just because he's not from the games. Harley Quinn didn't come from the comics. She came from Batman the Animated Series. And people love her. So, not being from the source material is not an acceptable reason to hate that character. Besides, he has an arc. He grows as a character throughout the movie. And the fact that he's an original character means they can make his Arcana whatever they want. And I love the choice they went with. Because he's an MMA fighter, but one of the biggest influences on his fighting style is boxing. Here's the thing. If you give a boxer a sword and throw him into a fight to the death, he's gonna cut himself. He's not gonna do it on purpose, but he's gonna do it. If you give him a tonfa, the T-baton, you've just given him the ability to stab people with his punches. That's smart writing. Anyway, I do like some of the changes they made. I like that Liu Kang is just this chill monk instead of the chosen one with the stick up his ass. I love that Bi-Han is actually responsible for killing Hanzo's family instead of it being trickery by Quan Chi. I love Reptile's more animalistic design. Also, Kung Lao's buzzsaw hat kill is easily the best kill in any Mortal Kombat movie, including the animated ones.
Flawless victory.
My score is 3.5 out of 5. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. This movie is a small step down from Scorpion's Revenge, but it's still pretty solid. It retains most of the first movie's positive qualities, so that helps. The biggest problem is that it feels overstuffed. They're trying to do too many things at once, cram in too many storylines, and the movie's only 80 minutes long. On the other hand, we do get some character development, the kills are awesome, the action is awesome, and it's just a fun and entertaining movie.
Fight! That was my move! I can't breathe.
Don't be such a baby! It's just a kick in the nuts!
Easy for you to say. You don't have nuts.
Lucky shot. Let's see you.
Come on, Johnny.
Unfair!
No!
Like the first movie, the voice acting is solid and the animation is very good considering the budget. My score is 3.6 out of 5. I'm not including Mortal Kombat Legacy because it's a web series, not a movie, but if I was, this is where it would be. It would be number 2. Finally, number 1 is Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. Like the sequel, this movie's animation is great, especially considering the budget. These two animated movies are probably the most violent Mortal Kombat movies overall, simply because of the X-ray view we get of some of the big hits. This movie goes the most in-depth with Scorpion's backstory, and I love it. My favorite part is that Johnny thinks it's an acting gig, and Raiden just lets him figure it out on his own.
Oh, hey, how's it going? That is one hell of a costume. Are we live? Like you want to do this now? Whoa, buddy. Pro tip. Next time, pop a few mints.
Go easy! We haven't even rehearsed!
Hey, asshole! That was custom, dick.
And barrel!
Honestly, this might be the best video game adaptation ever made. It's top 3 for sure. My score is 4 out of 5. Hey everyone, let me know what you think. What's your ranking? Like and subscribe and all that. If you don't like the video, subscribe anyway so you can tell me how bad my other stuff is. That's all for now. Stay safe in these crazy times.